Welcome back to Itching to Scratch, where I give the back nine at Ironwood Golf Course in Hinckley, Ohio, my best effort at par to date. You see here the rain was heavy at the start of my round for the front, which you can see on my previous video. But by the time I made the turn, the rain was done and it turned quite sunny and nice, but still soft in most places. All right, number 10, 391 yard par 4, straight away without much trouble. There is some trees up the right side, which I find frequently. So I'm playing this up the left where there's lots of grass. And that's where I hit it. Up the left side. A good miss into the rough on the left. I end up 100 yards, just under 100 yards. And I'm hitting a 54-degree wedge here, trying to knock it down a bit. Really abbreviated swing there, but it worked out well. Because I am left with 7 feet up the hill. I'm playing a right to left breaker, little break, and it doesn't break. So I'll short putt here for par. Even through one hole. Would have liked a birdie there, but I'm not complaining with a par on my first hole of this 9. Number 11 is severe downhill, 198 yards. This is a hard hole, but it used to be much harder. There's a huge tree overhanging the left of the green, but that's been gone for years and years now. So I still struggle with this hole, but I'm going to give it a go. Why not? I got a 6-iron. Which I blocked right. It started right, stayed right. Not a lot of movement. Might have faded a little. And I am down in a mosquito-filled gully. I was getting bitten up. There's a swampy lake or pond in front of the green and little river behind it. There was a lot of mosquitoes that day. I'm trying to fight off the mosquitoes and get a chip up there. And I carry it well past where I was meaning to. And it hit the green and ran out. So now I'm chipping again, which is never fun. I'm trying to land this just in the fringe, and I landed it just on the green, but it really ran out. It was downsloped. And this is how I play this hole. I'm always chipping around and trying to scramble and not put up a big number. And I thought I missed it, but it did curl in there at the end. So I have a bogey on that hole. 1 over after 2. Hole 12, straightaway par 4. It does have kind of a narrow shoot for the tee shot. Once you kind of miss those trees, it opens up. There are trees along the right and the left, but you have a decent amount of space up there. It's playing 421 today. And I start it right up the middle, and it fades off the fairway just into the rough. And I'm left with 126. I have a 50-degree wedge here, which maybe was not enough club. I thought I hit it decent. Even there, I thought it was pretty good. But when I got up to it, it was well short. I don't even think I hit the green and spun off. That would have been a lot of fringe to spin from. I might have been a little closer to the green and spun back a bit. And now I'm trying a 1-length hybrid, trying to chip it through. It gets caught up in the fringe. It wasn't a horrible attempt, but probably should have taken a 9-iron or something and tried to chip onto the front of the green. I have this to make my par. 1 over after 3 holes. Number 13, this is a birdie hole for me. The only real trouble is there's water on the right, but a 250 carry, and you fly it. So unless I really mishit it, I'm usually well over. There is a tree in front of that water, and I usually hit my drives pretty high, so that tree doesn't come into play for me. And this one I start pretty far right, and I was slicing. I was worried about the water, but I cleared it by 20 yards or so, and I'm left with 82 yards. I'm hitting a 54-degree wedge here. And I hit it too high. I've talked about in the past, I struggle with dynamic shaft lean, and sometimes my hand just kind of flips through and the ball goes straight up. But I'm on the green here, putting for birdie. This one I had going right to left, uphill. Seemed to be all day. And I didn't start it high enough and didn't hit it hard enough. And you're not going to make birdies when you don't do that. But you can lag up and make a par, which I did. So the par train continues. The 4 train continues. 4 straight 4s. Number 14, water on the right, and there's water kind of cuts through before the fairway and all along the left. This one has a double green. That big black dot there is the green today. The flag is in the up green. So I'm only taking a 3-wood here, and I'm trying to miss left because there is OB on the right, which I can reach with my 3-wood. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea for me even to take like a hybrid off here. But I elect for a 3-wood. Kind of hit a low bullet on this one. But it's right where, it's right where I needed to miss. I've got a little bit of tree trouble, but you'll see here me looking up. I was thinking maybe of taking it over it, but I like to go under. I'm going to try to knock it down. I've got 100 yards. I'm trying to knock down a 54-degree wedge. Try to get that dynamic shaft lean forward. I still flip it a little bit. It's a little short, and it spins off the front of the green into the fringe. So this is, I'm putting, I'm using my putter. I'm probably 4 inches off the green. And this is a double, it's got 2 levels. You see it go uphill on the front, and then it really goes uphill here. It slows down a bit. And I really hit it hard, trying to give it up the front tier and then up that big hill, and then the back tier even slopes up some, but I really hit it hard. So I've got about 6 feet, maybe 7 feet here for my par. This is sliding left to right, downhill. And I don't start it high enough. This is good pace. So not a 3-putt, but it feels like a 3-putt. Whenever you're that close with a putter in your hand, you don't want to see a bogey. 15 is an interesting hole. It's like a mid-iron to the green. So I took a 7-iron off the tee. You'll see that water there. If I yank my 6-iron left, I could be in the drink. But usually a 6-iron would run out to the end of the fairway for me, but I'm playing it a little safer here, 7-iron. And I'm just trying to control, knock down 7-iron, hopefully to the middle of the fairway. If you miss left, you have a hard look at the green, because over that river, the trees really bottleneck in. So you got to be in the middle of the fairway to have a good look at the green. Otherwise, you're trying to shape a shot left or right. And this one misses a little. It's in the fairway, but it's a little on the left side. So I am trying, you see some overhanging trees there. I am trying to shape this one right to left. which is I struggle with a little bit. I'm better the other way, but you see I drop my right foot back a bit, turn it over, and I actually hit a really good one here. I put it up there on the green with a 6 iron. And I would say that's probably a success rate of less than 50% for sure when I'm trying to shape it right to left. And my biggest problem is where I start. So I can work it left and right to left, but my start line when I do that is usually all jacked up. So I'm really, really pleased with that shot. I have a good look at birdie on number 15, which I can't say most often. It's usually not the case. This putt I had going downhill. But I make a really timid, weak stroke. I'm not happy with that putt at all. Don't leave birdie putts short, they tell me. And I keep doing it. In for par. 2 over. Through 6. Number 16. This hole I usually go way left. Sometimes even into the 12 fairway. I usually take a 5-wood and just try to pull it way over that way. It leaves you like 100 to 110 into the green with a really good angle. For some reason, I like to go a hybrid here, and I'm trying to still hit it left. But I club face open, thin, kind of slicing it off to the right and short. Awkward stance. I'm trying to work it left to right here, and I've got 131 yards, and it just it maybe works a little right, but I kind of pull it way left so it hits the top of that hill and bounces down about halfway. And now I'm uphill chip again, and this one was weird. It was sitting up, but the ground here was really hard, which I'm not super comfortable with. I think, I'm just trying to stab it and hope. And I hit the best chip of the day for me by far. You're blind landing. But when I get up there, I'm 4 feet for par. I'm really happy with that chip shot. Yeah, it's maybe 6 feet. Accuracy is key. Ew. And I just lip it in. Par, 2 over. 2 more holes to go. Let's see if I can't birdie, close out with a par. This is uphill, way uphill, at least a club and a half uphill. It plays as the easiest hole in the course, which I call BS because it's really hard for me. And you'll see here, it's 148, and I've got an 8 iron, but you see me test the air there because I'm looking up at that flag and it's really whipping back at me, and I know at that point I should have just gone and grabbed a 7. Instead, I try to muscle up my 8 a little bit, and I'm well short. This is one I definitely should have chipped onto the green, but I'm taking that hybrid. It worked okay on number 12, so I'm trying again. But it's uphill and through that fringe. I got to really give it a wrap, and I don't enough. It just gets eaten up. So I've got a little bit left here from a par. I've got it going right to left uphill. Ooh, and I think it's right in the heart. And whoa! It really took a left turn there right before the hole. So I drop another stroke there. Just missed club. Bad chip. Decent putt, but still coming away with a bogey there. On to 18. You're finishing off this 9 with a 5. The only 5 on this 9. And I usually try to cut the corner a bit, because if I try to play up the middle fairway and I leak it right, I'm in a group of trees anyway. So I usually try to make go for the left tree there, and hopefully it fades off into the fairway a bit. But I was right at that tree and it wasn't moving an inch. And it hit the tree, and I thought it could have gone anywhere at that point. So I'm not super pumped. But it turned out to be pretty good. It hit the tree and kicked right a little bit. So I've got to look. I mean, I can't see the green, but I know right where the green is. I'm trying to play a high draw with a hybrid. And I probably started it a little too far right, but it felt like I was moving it right to left. But you'll see here, I got a chip and a putt here for bird. And I hit a pretty poor chip. Yoinked it, and it's not what I was going for. But you'll see this flag is really whipping, and from up the hill it's going left to right. So that the draw I was attempting was really fighting into the wind, and it never got back. I got a pretty lengthy birdie putt here up the hill. And I go by. I'm cleaning up for par, which I should have probably given this a little more respect. This, now that I'm looking at it, it's out a little bit, but, or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should putt all my shots like that. Just go up and hit it. All right, so 3 over on this 9. This is right about where I usually am, so I'm happy with this. But there were some holes that I definitely gave some strokes away, which is, I say, on every single 9 I've ever played in my life. So my first 9, 41, in 38 for a total of 79. This is my best effort at par on this channel so far. So let's build on this and get there next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.